deal with airplane peanuts.
I'm reporting here live from the Straz Center in Tampa, Florida, where Theo Von just put on 3 straight sold-out shows at this very theater, each one in front of 2,600 people. I was lucky enough to be in attendance on night 1 here in Tampa, and with dozens of shows still remaining on the Return of the Rat tour, it only felt right to make this video fully recapping what it's really like to see Theo Von live. Very few people in comedy have more loyal supporters than Theo Von, but for years now, there's been a growing sentiment among some comedy fans who seem to enjoy Theo's humor more in podcast settings as opposed to his actual stand-up. That statement may seem harsh at first, but it makes a lot more sense once you consider just how brilliant Theo Von is talking off the cuff during interviews. Not to mention the enormous difference in the amount of podcast content that's available to fans compared to onstage video.
Theo, you're from Louisiana. What do you think about this guy?
Yeah. When you said Landry, I knew he was from there. That's the only place I've ever heard that name. What part are you from?
I'm from Houma.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Homa's a good place, really. It's a good place to have a friend. It's real soft down there. The land is real soft. Like you could be talking to somebody and then they just fucking. I'm not even joking, bro. And people are so nice, they'll listen as they just fucking go straight into the fucking ground.
They just sink into the ground?
Yeah, they're like, I'd love to stay, but...
This is why I had some mixed emotions heading into Theo's live show last weekend. I knew it was going to be funny, but there was still some suspense in the air just to see how Theo's new hour would compare to the classic Theo clips that we all know and love.
What in the hell is Theo?
I got my tickets super last minute from a third-party site and ended up having to pay over $100 a pop, so I'm not sure what the price was when they first came out. Between the $100 tickets and preparing to pay theater drink prices once we arrived, this was turning into quite the fancy night on the town. So before we left, I had to shave my balls. This video is brought to you by Manscaped and their Performance Package 4.0, the ultimate men's grooming and hygiene bundle. The Performance Package 4.0 includes a ton of great Manscaped products, like the Lawnmower 4.0, the new Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear trimmer, and 2 products I never knew I needed until right now: the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and the Crop Retriever Ball Toner Spray, which is super cool. Both the Lawnmower 4.0 and the Weed Whacker 2.0 are completely cordless and were created to reduce grooming accidents. Plus, both products feature proprietary technology that instantly helps reduce nicks, snags, and tugs. Bring your comfort to a whole new level by visiting manscaped.com today to get 20% off plus free international shipping when you use promo code JOKEWORLD at checkout. That's 20% off plus free shipping with promo code JOKEWORLD at manscaped.com. As far as the actual show goes, right out the gate, Theo had everyone laughing super hard at his opening joke, and from there it somehow just kept getting better. Witnessing Theo Von perform stand-up live exceeded all of my expectations by a mile. He looked insanely comfortable on stage. At times it felt like he was just having a funny conversation with the crowd. The entire set felt very loose and very well orchestrated at the same time, which I think translates perfectly with Theo's sense of humor, and consistently kept the audience on our toes. Even with jokes that you think you might see coming about typical Theo topics like gerbils or drugs, he would then start going off on a bunch of different tangents, stringing multiple jokes together to catch everyone off guard. I'm not just saying this, I think this was the first time in my entire life that I was at a comedy show and physically leaned forward due to laughter.
But there's something really special about if there's somebody you watch on TikTok and social media and you enjoy them, right? There's somebody on a podcast or something. I've sat in the audience. I've sat in the audience before and been like, oh man, this is so cool. I watch this guy, I'm involved in their life, or this girl, and then I get to be in the same room as them. Part of it doesn't really matter what they're saying. Like, it'd be great if the material is also great, but just being in the same room as them, it's almost like you get like a moment in reality. Like,
it's cool.
It's cool.
Because they're always on a screen, and then they're right in front
and then
of you.
they're right there. It's like, oh, this is cool.
It's kind of like you for me
Just
right
to be
now.
in the, oh, it's true, right?
Yeah.
Theo was on stage for a little over an hour, and the majority of his set revolved around his experiences growing up. Plenty of jokes related to his family, going to school, and making friends, which obviously is stuff that is talked about a lot on this past weekend. But I can honestly say that the majority of the stories he told on stage were different than the ones he shared on podcasts. That was definitely a pleasant surprise, and honestly a bit unexpected just when you think about his latest Netflix special, which a lot of people felt like was almost a retelling of all of his best podcast stories, just in stand-up form.
My father was real old when I was born. You guys know that. My dad was born in 1910.
My father was 70 when I was born. He was born in 1910, which is kind of crazy, man. Dude, my grandfather was born in 1880. Yeah. We didn't have any pictures of him. Yeah. We had a description of my grandfather framed on the wall. Somebody wrote down what he looked like, and Mom framed it. And I'd go up by it and be like, just like him.
I look just like him. I get it when mom dies, okay?
I should also mention another great part of the evening was seeing Ari Manis before Theo went on. Start to finish, this show was hilarious. Theo Von has obviously been very popular amongst comedy fans for a long time, but right now he seems to be popping off more than ever, really hitting a whole new level in his career as an entertainer. If you're able to see him live anytime soon, I would highly recommend it. But if that's not in the cards, don't worry about it. We just posted a brand new Theo Von Try Not to Laugh video for you all to enjoy right here on Joke World.
Now, have you ever heard of like those old things, like you put a couple nickels and some pennies under your tongue, you can blow, zero?
What the fuck?
And what? You could blow a Jewish guy?
Yeah.
What are you trying to say, dude?
Oh my God. I love it. TheoVon.com for tickets. Holy shit.
At Joke World. That's it, at Joke World.
And the world is WRLD.
That's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.